Good morning and welcome to Foundation Homestead. I am Abbie, the second generation in our multi-generational homestead here in southwest Nebraska, and I am going to take you along with me this morning during our morning milking. A fun fact about myself is that I am not a morning person at all, but I get up every morning and go to work with my husband off the homestead at 5 a.m. and then I come back and finish up chores and then doing the morning milking here. And so I'm going to take you along. It gets interesting at times and we are always learning. So for that, let's get at it.
Stewardship is everything.
Just to keep things interesting, during any time we're milking right now, we have some bottled calves that are born right here on the homestead, and usually they're not right outside the door here, but we have some construction going on another place on the homestead, and that's usually where their pen is. So right now they're right in the way, and they're super curious, super cute, but a real big pain. And this is Barbara Jean. She is always first in line. She's a no mess around, and she gets right in there ready for her treats. And the first thing I try to do, especially in the summer months and we've been getting a lot of rain, so the flies are horrible, and we spray their legs, and it's called fly swatter, and we get it from Synergy Animal Products. They're in Pennsylvania. And the owner, Mark, he's just a great guy, and he's been so helpful. But it's an all-natural product, so the oils just keep the flies away from them, and that just calms everything down. So once they all have been sprayed for flies, then we clean the udder bag and the spigots real well with detergent and hot water, just to make sure there's no debris or mud, anything that can be on the outside of the bag. And then we strip it to make sure that there's no foreign matter. You check for mastitis this way, and it also encourages the let down reflex. And then we use this teat coat that we get from Hamby Dairy Company out of Missouri, and everything we have, our equipment, our cleaner, everything we have comes from there. They're just a great company to work with. They stand behind it, and they're ready to help you when you call. And then these sanitary wipes we also get from them, and that's a one-time use product, but it's a sanitizer, so it disinfects everything, gets it ready for the couplers to be attached. Once the couplers are attached and the cow is being milked, there's some chores that I need to get done before the next cow comes in. So the water gets switched out, they all get new water and new rags, so that there's no cross-contamination. And then there's just a lot of waiting time, which is an excellent time for your prayer life. That's what I have found to be the best time to do it, because you're kind of just stuck there until the cow's done milking. Once the milk starts to slow down, we have gotten into the habit of just pulling down gently on the couplers, and we learned it from another YouTuber, which I cannot remember who it was, or I'd be giving them the credit for it, but we're always just looking for different ways to improve what we're doing here to make it more efficient and safe and sanitary and things like that. But by pulling down on that coupler, it just helps draw out any, empty out the udder there, so that there's nothing left in there, which can cause problems down the road for the cow. And sometimes the moms will hold back milk for the calf. Now, Barbara Jean hasn't had a calf with her for months, so that's not the problem. It's a habit that we have, and it just makes sure that the udder always gets emptied out. And sometimes they don't want to get out of the barn, so they need a little help. Just like humans, all the cows have something unique about them. They have their little quirks. Barbara Jean's just get in and get out cow. And next up, the one that's just about to come in is Daisy, and she's just special, and you'll see why when she comes in here. She does not like her head trapped in the head gate, so I have to put that board behind her, and that's just to keep her from going forward, backward. You don't want them moving around in the stanch, but the board just keeps it there so that when we do let her out, she's not backing down. And these are those sanitizing wipes that I was telling you about earlier. We get those from Abbie Dairy Company out of Missouri, and I will put the links for those in the show notes. We don't get anything in return for sharing those. They're just a tool that I hope will simplify the things that you might be looking for, and that we would recommend. We've used them the entire time we've had cows. In the mornings, I am usually alone during the milkings, except for on the weekends when my hubby's home to help milk. But if my dad's home in the morning and has time to come out before he heads off to work, he comes out, and it's usually when we have an impromptu meeting about any homestead things that need to be taken care of, or things that Jason and I have come up with. Even being a multi-generational home, we're all very busy, and we don't see each other as often as you think we would. Last cow that I'm going to share with you this morning is Jenny Geddes, and you should look up her name. It's quite interesting. But she is our newest mom cow. So she's first-time heifer, and first-time heifer, they take a finesse to train. When we first were bringing her into the barn, she ended up being a kicker, which is a nightmare with a cow, and I was ready to sell her like right out of the gate. But we worked with her because we didn't have a kicker before, and we broke her within a week of kicking, just discouraging it. But maybe we'll share that with you sometime. It's just always a rodeo. But because she's so small, her spigots are small, and the couplers don't stay on her as well. And she has a special feature that requires this bucket, and you will get to see why. When people visit the barn, I get asked a lot why I wear my sunglasses inside, and this is why. Their tails are just always flipping around, and you get hit in the face, and then you have somebody like Jenny who likes to piddle because of the letdown sensation that comes. So this is her. It is getting better. It's a long process to break them of pooping or peeing in the barn. And what we have learned is if you catch it and they don't hear it hitting the ground, it breaks them of that for some reason. So, but I wear my sunglasses to protect my eyes, and I guess guess that just answers everybody's question why I have sunglasses on inside. The other thing about Jenny is she's would be considered a mini Jersey, so she's pretty low to the ground. She's just tiny, and since the couplers don't stay on her very well, I actually have to kneel on the floor and then hold the couplers on until her bag empties enough that the couplers can suck up onto the udder. And since I've made this video, I have went to the gardening store and got myself a gardening kneeling pad because my knees are old. I can't just do concrete anymore. So all these issues with Jenny with the kicking, we have broke that. Her spigots being tiny, with her being a first-time heifer, that will change because the more you milk her, the longer the spigots get, and she'll be fine. It just takes a long time, but it can be frustrating, and that's kind of why the whole prayer time is good, because when you're dealing with a difficult cow, the best way to get through it is to actually pray about it. And there's nothing wrong with praying about a cow too, so we've done that several times with, when you're having trouble with a calf or a troublesome mom, anything like that. Prayer is just the best way to get refreshed and settle back down. And I can get super irritated, so just praying helps me get through some of my mornings. And just like that, my milking morning is done. And usually on a time frame, I can get about 4 cows milked in an hour. At the time of this video, we actually had 1 more cow calve, and she has been added to the milking rotation. So I have a video that I'm working on to share her with you. And then as soon as I let Jenny out here, I'll take the milk into the clean room and I'll put it in our sanitized jars, and then I'll go straight into a cooler in our storefront, which is right here on the homestead. So if you're around, come visit us. Let me know where you are visiting us from, or even watching the video from. And if you feel inclined, please like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.